31 minutes past the hour.
China's fast development, not only bringing tangible benefits for this country's people, but also garnering a lot of attention from foreigners who are living in this country. CRI's Gao Zhenyao with the story of one of these foreigners who's expressing his thoughts on China through music.
The song you have just heard is called "Without the Communist Party, There Would Be No New China." The singer is not Chinese, but actually from the United States. His name is Mark H. Levine, a foreign professor at Minzu University of China in Beijing since 2007. Before that, he spent about 2 years in the city of Huai'an, the hometown of the late Chinese Premier Zhou Enlai. Dr. Levine received his PhD in sociology in 1976 from Bowling Green State University in the U.S. state of Ohio. After 5 years teaching, he left the academic world and for the next 30 years worked as a full-time volunteer, building organizations to assist low-income workers and their families in the poorest communities in the U.S. Levine says he's a great admirer of China's tremendous accomplishments since 1949, and that's why he's here.
I've studied about communism starting when I was in university and continued throughout my life. I had learned some about China and other countries where workers had successfully struggled to gain power and improve their lives and so on. Knowing about that, understanding about that was very much connected to my deciding I should go to China and find out firsthand.
As a country music singer, Levine finds music the perfect way to express what he sees and thinks about China. He has begun to learn and practice classical Chinese patriotic songs.
Music always remained part of my life, a very critical part of any kind of workers' organizing. Music helps to talk about how we need to join together to fix those problems. Just as I studied the history of how people had organized in other parts of the world, I also knew many songs from other countries in different languages. So when I came to China, it was just a very natural thing for me to try to learn that kind of music.
Levine says the longer he stays in China, the more he begins to realize the real changes and gains in the country are not made by any individual.
People outside of China tend not to understand. We tend to have a particular view of history to focus on the idea that particular powerful individuals are the most important. But I think what's most significant, and that you can see much more clearly when you're here, is that the real changes and the gains in China are not made by an individual. They're made by the Communist Party.
Over the past 10 years, Levine has also created many songs in the country music style with China-related themes. The topics include his impressions of Huai'an, his first base in China, as well as the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games and the Minzu University of China, where he now works. For CRI, I'm Gao Zhenyao.
Looking